Hey guys, it's Courtney with King Realty and Management. Before I get started, I wanted to make sure I plug our website where there's a ton of resources for buyers, sellers, investors, even tenants. It's kingrealtytx.com. Again, it's kingrealtytx.com. I hope you're having an amazing day. Today, I was really racking my brain on 5 of the most important things that you can do to your home in order to save you money. And I've got to be honest with you, it was hard to get it down to 5 because I would think of one thing and then think of another thing. And so these are my top 5 in no particular order. If you have any ideas of any other things that we can add to the list that your fellow homeowners should be aware of, definitely I'd love to see and hear about your comments below. So make sure that you chime in because, again, it was hard to narrow this list down, and I'm looking at my notes here. So the goal behind this is to spend a little bit of money over time in an effort to prevent huge disasters at your home, okay? These things are super simple, and for the most part, you can do it yourself. Number one thing that you should do to your home that's gonna save you money over time is make sure you change your air filter, okay? Most people should know this. If you don't know, there usually is some sort of return connected to your heating and AC system. And there's this little like paper cutout thing that you stick in the vent to make sure that you're not sucking all of the dust up into your system. It's an air filter. You can buy them at Home Depot, Lowe's, Walmart has them, Walgreens has them. They're not that expensive, but a lot of people just forget to change them out. And I usually recommend people do it once a month, although you can buy the more expensive filters and do it less frequently. But hey, you spend, I don't know, maybe 10, 12 bucks for one filter, if that. And it could save you thousands of dollars over time, because if your system is sucking up all of that dust and it gets on the coils, it's just a nightmare. So spend a little bit of money and the time, change out the air filters. Some systems have an air filter on like the cold air return, which is usually like in a wall, sometimes in the ceiling. And then some systems also have another filter at the actual air handler, which is inside in your attic usually. Sometimes it's in a closet. So anyway, Google if you don't know what an air filter is or where it's at, okay? Or talk to a local HVAC contractor, okay? That's number 1. That was really long-winded, sorry. Number 2, this must be a Texas thing, which I quickly discovered after I moved to Texas. A lot of people don't have gutters on their house, which I was like, why? If you don't have gutters on your house, I would strongly recommend that you consider adding gutters. This is a way that you can manage the water that, like rainwater that hits your house and where it goes to. I'll give you a prime example. We're flipping a house here in Houston. No gutters on the garage. A lot of the rainwater has pooled at the foundation. It's totally damaged the siding. We've had to replace so much wood. Long story short, had there been a gutter system directing the water where you want it to go, then we probably wouldn't have to like basically rebuild this garage. So that will save you money in the long run. There's so many different gutter companies out there. If you need a bid, let me know, private message me or comment below, okay? Add the gutters. Number 3 thing that you should do to your home to save you money in the long run, trim your trees, guys. And I laugh a little bit because I'm sure some of you guys are like, really, Courtney, are you really talking about this? A lot of people just let their large trees around their house just grow wild, maybe because they really like the shade, which is all good. But if you have a tree that is touching your house, number 1, I've seen it cause critters to go into the attic, squirrels, possums, all of that. Number 2, it could scrape up the shingles on your roof. You don't want that. That's gonna end up costing you money just by not trimming them. And number 3, it's considered a conducive condition for termites or any other like bug problems. So make sure you get your trees trimmed. I've got a lot of contacts in Dallas and Houston. DM me, comment below. I will hook you up. It's very much worth the money, okay? Number 4, after you get the trees trimmed and after you added the gutters to your house, clean the gutters, guys. Again, you don't want that water pooling around your foundation. Foundations are like, it's crazy how many properties I come across, both in Dallas and Houston, that has foundation issues. And oftentimes the issues could have been prevented by watering the foundation, by controlling where the water flows, again, the gutters. So make sure you get the gutters cleaned. Again, if you need a contact for that, I got it. I'm the plug, I guess. And number 5, quarterly spraying of your house for pests. I feel like Texas is the bug capital of the world. We've got so many different bugs. I'm not a bug person. I don't know if you are, but especially in my house, making sure that you do quarterly or even semi-annual spraying of your house. Usually they do it inside and out. I've done it on all my homes. It just is a good idea so you can prevent different critters from crawling in your house and just causing a mess. So those are my top 5 things that you should do to your home that will save you money over time. I'm going to recap. Number 1, change out your air filter. Number 2, add gutters to your house if you don't have any. Number 3, trim your trees so they're not touching the house. Number 4, clean your gutters. And then number 5, quarterly spraying. This is a very, very, very short list because I wanted to make it manageable for you guys to digest. I want to hear about any other things that you are firmly strong believers that you should do at your house. So definitely comment below. And then the last thing, which I recently did on one of my rental properties, which goes along with number 2 of adding gutters. If you already have gutters, but let's say your downspouts on your house, I don't know, flow just right next to your foundation and water sitting, they have these super cheap plastic, gosh, I can't even think of what they're called, but they're basically these extensions that you put on the bottom of your downspout of your gutter, and you get to direct where the water goes. I added this to one of my rental properties because I didn't want to have any foundation issues in the future. Super inexpensive. I think one extension was like $8. So again, some of these items may be a little bit more expensive than others, but in the long run, it's going to save you a lot of money. Trust me, I have tons of stories. If you want to chat about those stories, by all means, reach out to me. We're at kingrealtytx.com. We are on Instagram, King Realty Texas. YouTube is King Realty TX. And I'm always just happy to bring different content and different things to you guys that help fellow homeowners, investors, renters, all of you guys. So kingrealtytx.com. I hope you guys have an amazing rest of the week. For all of my peeps in Houston, I know Tropical Storm Imelda is here in full effect. Stay dry, and I will see you next week. Bye.